Hello, welcome back to another video. This video was a request from a subscriber a while back, a good few videos back. He wanted to see two ships refit. One was the Skyheart, which is, as you can tell from the thumbnail, is this one here, and the other was the Ponos F1, which I'll get to in a later video. Now, the thing about this ship is for small ships are harder to refit because they're so compact, especially the large grid ones. So this took a bit of poetic license and creativity, for a better word. I also had a little hand doing the landing gear and some greebling from my faction member and friend. I don't know. You've heard me mention his name before. But yeah, before we get started, I'd like to thank everyone for liking the other videos and viewing them and subscribing. Like I always say, it's well appreciated. So if you keep up the good work of watching my videos and subscribing me, you'll keep up the good work of making videos. Well, let me know in the comment section down below if it's good work or not. But anyway, let's get on with the video. Right, so here we go. Let me get me welder out so we can see what we're doing. So this is the Skyheart. It's an encounter. It doesn't move. It just sits out in the middle of space, calling for help. And as you can tell, it's damaged. Literally no armament on it all. There's one interior turret on this little mandible here that sticks out at the cockpit. Now, I don't really like this dome design, especially on this ship, because like, if you're sitting in the you literally cannot see anything. You may as well not have the glass there. Like you can't see a thing. Now, it's a nice compact little ship, extremely damaged. Like, you know, I mean, there's half ground down blocks. About 90% of the thrusters are not functional. So, if anything, it's good for parts. I mean, just for salvaging for parts. It has two hydrogen engines. There's one here and there's one buried down here. Has a good few hydrogen thrusters. Some of them are fully built, some of them are damaged and ground down. Has ion thrusters in every direction, and has two large antennas. Sorry, not large antennas, two antennas as well. But there's a nice little bit of detail engraved with the passageway blocks here around the hydrogen thrusters. That always looks nice, you know. And I suppose they have these doors here just to protect the gyroscope, because as we all know, doors can take a beating and they take a long time to grind through as well. So if you're hacking this ship, you're sort of better off just going through the passageway block a bit quicker and grind the door. You know, the ship is taking a lot of damage from whatever attacked it. So we'll take a look on the inside. So come in here, there's nothing again. This was built before, long before all the new blocks came in. So I don't know what this is supposed to be, but we know this was normally meant to be a bed before the beds were put into the game. Whoever designed this ship made a boo-boo. That's a survival kit, as you can see there on the right hand side. But when they built the ship, they went to the whole trouble of piping conveyor blocks in behind us, and then they put the survival kit inside of it. So, oh, sorry, wrong one. You grind this out. There's the survival kit there. Like it's in like this. If you look in behind it, okay, click it just to delete it. If you're looking behind it, you have conveyor junctions, but they put the survival kit this way. So I don't know whether you've done that on purpose or was it pure accident. But let's just say I fixed it on the refit version. So it has actually 3 batteries. There's 2 batteries at the front here. One is or damaged or turned off. Oh no, she's damaged. You've one here, and there's one in the back there, just above the connector. So come in. It's basic bridge. Like I said, you sit in the cockpit here. You can't see anything out to the right, and if that mandible is there, you can't see anything out to the left. But you can see up, and you can see partially down on either side. So, you know what I mean? Too much glass for my liking. So we come out and take a look at the underneath of the ship. You've 2 landing gears here. Backwards for some reason. Don't know why they were put on backwards, but they're on backwards. That's neither here nor there. What's done is done. And there's your connector. Now your third battery is actually it's not. It's actually I think it is. It's up there somewhere. There is a battery in there. I know there is because I seen it there when I was taking the ship apart. Right, so that's the Skyheart. Yeah, oh, well, a bit aggressive with the gun there, so we'll go with the welder. So that's the Skyheart. So we'll take a look at the version that's going to be in the mod, which is basically an exact replica. Well, not exact replica. It's a refitted replica of what we see here, all damaged and everything. Right. Actually, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll skip the damaged one, and I'll show you what I've done before we've done the damaged one. So we're gonna just fly. Don't look, don't look, don't look. Right. Let's come over here. This is my fully fitted, restored, repaired version of the ship. Now, I got rid of the dome on the front and got rid of the big mandibles that reduce visibility to the left and the right. But I liked the idea of the mandibles, so what I did was I'm after keeping the look of the mandibles on the front here, just with these sloped blocks. Sort of a freeze up everything here for the rocket launcher. So you had your interior turrets on the inside of the mandible here. So what I've done is I've removed them and placed them underneath here. So at the front there, they're a little bit protected from the from fire with the armor. So if you're coming from this angle at it, that one's going to shoot you. That one's protected. If you're coming from this angle, that one's going to shoot you. That one's protected. So they're both protected still a little bit. Again, it's very, very light armored. Right, so I've changed out the large, I've changed out the standard antenna to this parabolic antenna here on the front, because it's a little bit more compact for the size of the ship. It's a tiny ship, so it doesn't need a 7-block or a 5-block long antenna sticking out the front of it. Looks a little bit cleaner. Now I've done away with the derpy looking landing gear that was on the front backwards here, and we've done some custom landing gear. Now, I'm saying we this time because my faction mate, Creator making the mod, I don't know, he made these, and that's the Wasteland landing gear. That's the Wasteland suspension block with some mag plates on it and a bit of greeble on the side there with the beam blocks. So instead of having the 2 derpy landing gears here or the side, we changed the 3 landing gears and we put 2 beside the wing, the dorsal winglets here on the back of the ship, but we've extended them a little bit to get them 3 mag plates just to make it look a little bit more constructed, I think would be the word you want to use there. But in order to do that, we had to move this thruster from here out 1 block so it didn't burn and damage the beam blocks and mag plates. Now we've done a little bit of greeble here to the side of the winglets just to add some detail to the side of the ship, because everything's real, although it's a nice little ship, it's a nice small compact ship, everything's very flat. So you need to get some detail on your ships when you're building them, and like, stuff like this, like just sloping the blocks inwards and giving them a slight angle, it adds detail and something to look at on the ship. As you come up here to the side thrusters here, I've done the same on the back thrusters, and I've replaced the standard passageway block with the passage 2 block for one simple reason. As you can see, I've changed out the standard thrusters to the Sparks of the Future thrusters, but the Sparks of the Future thrusters has this nice little neon sort of strip on the side of it, and this almost mirrors it. So when you come back here and you look at that, sort of it's like mirrors each other, so it looks nice. Now on this side we've done the same thing, but we added one of these passage 3 frames, the passage frame in front of it, because all the pipe work, just like, again, simply for detail, just as detail. Now we took out the door at the request of my other faction member, Krator, because he reckons, which I also agree with, the doors never looked right. You know what I mean? They looked like they were just thrown as a placeholder just to cover up the gyroscopes. So I decided to put one of the view parts in, especially the one with the wires, because again, it's a beat up ship. You know what I mean? Because we changed the armor. There's a mixture of battered armor, war torn, and the dusty armor on the ship to just give it that old beat up weathered look. You know, so we took away the catwalks that were covering that because they look ridiculous now, in all fairness, and I've just put in just the standard armor panel, and I've changed all the doors out to the sliding hatch doors, because these by far are my favourite doors, vanilla doors, and my favourite doors of all time are the rotary airlock. They should be, Keen needs to add rotary airlock doors into the game. They're the best mod, in my opinion, on the mod workshop. But anyway, these are my favourite vanilla doors. Right, so we added them in, and we took out the dome and we used the bridge set blocks, because they're great in the sense that you have the flight seat or the helm attached to the block, so it gives you more space in the bridge of the ship. Sorry, I'm using the keyboard here, and I normally use my laptop, but I'm using the keyboard here, and it's new to me. Okay, so we come around the back of the ship, and we'll check the back before we go inside. And as you can see, we have the Sparks of Future and the hydrogen thrusters, which have changed out from the standard to the industrial, and we put the passage frames in front of them. It just adds that extra bit of detail to make things look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing to the eye, as I like to say. Now, I also like the idea of being able to see the thrusters, but I just didn't want to have them just there. So I used my second favourite block in the game, the scaffold frames, just again to add structure and detail to the ship. Now, we left the hydrogen engines in, and so we've one there. We still have the other one down underneath this block here. And again, we've added I've changed out the antenna on the back here from the standard antenna to the compact antenna, because again, it's a small. Yes, it's a large grid ship, but it's a small large grid ship, so it doesn't need that 5-block antenna just sticking out the back like a little tail. You know, so we got rid of that. Right, so we'll go inside now, and I'll show you the inside of the ship. And so we come down here and we land. And we come in, and you see I've used the new corridor blocks that were brought in the signal update. I'm going to say, I think it was the signal update. So we've put the toilet in on this side, which is where the passageway was that was standing up on its end. So we put a toilet in there, and we've placed this with the actual bed. Now, I've also turned this to get around the correct way so it can be accessed. Now, on this side, decided to put these narrow, what do you call it again? The narrow stowage and the narrow door in. to head into the bridge. So you have a little extra bit of light here and a little bit of storage. You can throw welders or guns or whatever you want into that. So we come into the bridge, and this is the new bridge. Now I suppose I could have put the button panels piece here just for detail, because there's not much on the ship for the button panel to do, so it would have been purely only for detail. Now you never know, I might change it before it goes onto the workshop or into the mod itself. And I left this here just purely for access to the rocket launcher. Now what I've also done in this ship as well, in the original ship you had an O2 generator here with the air vent on it to pressurize the cockpit. So I took the O2 vent out of there and replaced, and I put it underneath here, and that replaced the 2 conveyor blocks that were under there. So it still has 2 O2 generators, and I pulled the air vent from in the cockpit back to here, and we couldn't put light in here. So what we've done is we've used one of the sloped LCD panels and just turned it to white. Now I'll turn my lights off. It doesn't completely light the area up, but it gives it a little bit of ambient light. Now we're getting most of the light in this area from here, but again it's just for details and aesthetics. Right, so that's the fully built, repaired version of the ship. So now, just so you all know, this version is not going into the mod. This was purely just built to show what I'm going to show you next can and does look like. And here is the exact version of this that's going in. It's damaged in mostly the same way. I kept all the damage, most of the damage to the right hand side of the ship as it is done over here. All the same thrusters are ground down on the ship, and the thrusters that are working are the same thrusters that are working on that side. So everything is basically mirrored, for the exception of it being upgraded to the newer blocks. And that's basically it. So we'll go inside. If there's any point, inside here is the exact same as what's going on in the fully built version. But that's it. It's this done. You know, I hope you enjoyed the video. And remember, if you're not already, please subscribe, comment down below, hit the like button, give the old bell button a push there as well to be notified for more videos. And I'll see you next week. See you in the next video, where there's going to be a new announcement, but we'll leave that next week. So if you've watched this video this far, thank you very much, and consider just hitting the old link up in the top there to view the rest of the videos. There's a playlist there with all the videos that are refitted on it. So see you next week, and thanks for watching.